Well, it's Saturday, my friends. It's game day. How excited are you for today? If you want a bit more excitement than sitting there and watching Graham Potter defend for 90 minutes, hit this QR code and join the match bingo revolution and get yourself some bingo cards and follow the game with the potential to win something as well. So, thanks to our match sponsors, Match Bingo, for the rest of this season. Now, for anyone new to the channel, thanks for joining us. We've had quite a few subscribers recently, so thank you. What we try and do a few hours before is we try and predict the starting 11. And we are always at least 15% wrong because there's always something, as we know. Now, according to reports, we know that Edson Alvarez isn't going to be playing. He's still got a back injury. Whether that's a back injury, I don't know, or an actual back injury. And we've got, and everyone else should be back, apart from our long-term injuries, obviously, in terms of Crescencio Somerville and Michael Antonio. So everyone else should be back, including Aaron Cresswell, who I think may make an appearance today. So let's play around with it now. Obviously, the Southampton game we played sort of a back four. I think he'll go back to his back three. In all honesty, I think he'll go to a back three. But who knows? So for me, Areola in goal is what it is. You're not going to get any. You know what you're getting with him. I think personally a back three. I think it'll be Todibo. I think Kilman in the middle. And then I think Aaron comes back into the side. I think he knows, not only for Aaron's sake, but I think for Ollie Skull's sake, I think he needs, at the moment, just a bit more guidance. And that's what we're led to believe. He's potentially on, Crest is happy to and wants to sign another 1-year deal at West Ham with the vision of helping push Ollie along, which I don't see a bad thing personally for that. With that in mind, I think if we're playing the back three, Ollie's in. We know Aaron's going to be back from his toe injury, which again made a massive difference, I think, for the Southampton game. I think with Soufal there, I think with Wan-Bissaka there, you're less likely to be overrun. You got to think Brighton. Both sides need a win. Both sides are part of a club who haven't won in the last 5-6 games. Southampton being another one of them, I think. So we did well against them. And then it's sort of I think it's going to... Then what happens with the rest, I don't know, in all honesty. As I said, we know that Edson's not playing. We've heard reports about Souček demanding minutes, otherwise he's off. I think Souček's off anyway, so I don't think we're worried about it. Obviously, Carlos Soler played last week. As much as it pains lots of people, we know that Ward-Prowse will play. We know he'll play because he likes Ward-Prowse. And we know who'll play. I think he's more likely to be alongside Paqueta again. I think that works as that can work as a 4 if we're playing. It's not really a 4. We know it's more of a 5-2. Then up front, I think it's going to be fascinating to see what happens. I think the assumption is no one's injured, so Bowen and Kudus there, and whether we see the Folk or not, I think it will show how much of an impact the interview made on last Saturday. Obviously, we know Ferguson can't play. And so, he's not going to play. He's obviously, because we are playing his sister club. So I think we start with Fulkrug and then bring on maybe Luis Guilherme later on and have that. You might even see a lesser spotted Danny Ings on the bench because of that fact. I think that's what we're going to go with. And I said, it could be it could be a case that we go to a back 4. If we go to back 4, I think Emerson comes in, and then Wan-Bissaka is right back. And then we probably bring in, instead of the extra midfielder, we probably bring in Soler then. and play very similar to the Southampton setup. But I just think away from home, he'll go 3 at the back. But again, I think we've probably been wrong with every one of our. There's always been one. I think one I got right, but the rest is relatively is relatively up in the air. There'll always be a slight change, I think. But let me know what you think in the comments below. We did the stat attack earlier on today, which was really interesting, actually. You know, looking at some of the stats. You know, obviously there was a massive point where we just couldn't get anything. I think wasn't it for like 6 or 7 seasons, we just didn't get a single point off them. Both sides are in poor form. Brighton's are off, form's off the cliff like ours at the moment. So, you know, it's bound to be probably a one-all draw or another draw potentially. Maybe nick a 1-0 victory, who knows? But let me know in the comments what you'll do. But don't forget, don't forget Ferguson can't play because we're playing Brighton. Just make that point because I guarantee somebody, I would have probably started Ferguson. Give him a run out. Anyway, take care and stay safe, stay warm, stay humble. See you a little bit later on. Much love. Bye-bye, bitches.